I'm not telling you what to do. I'm describing what it was like for me. And that's it. That's all I have to offer. Lean a lot into the things that people kind of make fun of when they're like, oh, not to get woo woo. Like, no, we're going to lean into it here. Like, we're going to get woo woo. Like, let's have this conversation. Let's have all the conversations. Hi, my name is Vanessa. This is the Let's Get Woo Woo podcast. Welcome. I feel like it's been a little while since I recorded. It's been almost 2 weeks. I had the girls last weekend, so it's always that long run of 2 weeks nonstop. Um, but I'm excited to be here. Very excited about not a new project, but a new leg to a project that I've been really excited about for a long time and just hadn't really had like the direction on how or what to do. I had like the overall skeleton of the vision, and that is my platform, Dear Daughters Times Three, which it's on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, same thing. But I hadn't been very active on there. And the other day I was hanging out with the girls, and we'll do like story time sometimes, like when we're having dinner or just hanging out, whatever, like before bed. And so I was like telling them a story, and I was like, you know what? Let me look it up on my phone because I have a lot of videos and pictures in my phone, mostly of them. Even though I do this a lot, I record a lot of myself, thoughts, and things like that. Most of my pictures are of my kids, like any parent. And like it's a lot. I think now it's like 150,000 almost. Anyways, no regrets because what happens when like a story pulls up, um, I have a pretty good memory of like when things happen. So I'm like, okay, that happened around, Thanksgiving 2022. So I'll go back in my phone and just look through that time and like, boom, it's right there. So that's really cool. Um, so we were just, we were looking through, I think this one at this point, we didn't go looking for this specific thing, but we were just looking through it and I pulled up some pictures of the twins were like one or two, which means Sayla was like three, and it was just such a funny like nothing and everything all at once, you know what I mean? Like I was doing a workout and the twins were there like all on literally on top of my body as I'm like trying to do push-ups, and somebody's recording and Journey's like, she's like 1.5, she's like laying on me, like her face is like on my butt, and then all of a sudden you hear me scream because she bit, like she went to bite my butt cheek, and I was like, ow. And but like they're 7 and 9 now, the twins are 7, so they just turned 9, and so they think that shit is hilarious, and it is. And so we were sitting there belly laughing for like 20-30 minutes. It was so funny, and I just had the like epiphany almost of like, because okay, let me back it up a little bit. So my vision with Dear Daughters Times Three was to go through all of those pictures and videos and collage and montage them for my daughters in a YouTube page, as my virtual love letter to them, of like, this was my mom life with you, this was your growing up and development stages. And so that was my idea. I just didn't know like what approach to take with it. I just thought, I was like, I'm going to curate all these moments and edit and chop it up and maybe voiceover and like maybe songs to it or something like that, like something cute. But I was like, we were having this moment there in the kitchen, and the thing that really got me was that there was just so much joy and laughter when we were going through the videos and the pictures. That it was just like one or two videos that we went through and we could not stop laughing, like all four of us. We were just like almost on the floor in tears because it was just so funny. And I was like, oh my god, okay, so this is what we're gonna do, guys. And I'm sitting there telling them the plan as we're doing it in real time. I'm like, you girls love to look through the pictures and the videos, so do I. that's why I took them, because I like love going back to like look at these things. And I was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. I was like, I have this YouTube channel that I dedicated to you guys to put all these things on. And I thought I had told them about it before, but I guess not. And they were like, what in the world? You have a YouTube channel? And Sayla's like, what? Show me. She's like, here. She brought me the phone. She's like, here, pull it up. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, it's right there, bro. And and she was kind of like, "Oh, okay." So it hasn't been super active because I've been doing the podcast and other stuff. But I was like, "All right, this is what we're gonna do," because they watch different vloggers on YouTube, age appropriate for them, and so they know what it's like, whether people are vlogging like a day in the life, or like, a family of like homeschooled kids and they're vlogging, or like reaction videos and things like that. And I was like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to set up a camera probably on the couch, and I'm going to make it so that we can have something to watch all of these pictures and videos that are on my phone, and we're going to record ourselves watching, like going back to watch these videos for the first time for them, and like and just record the reaction to it. And the reason why I was like, this is how to do it, is because that way I can put the actual video of what we're looking at on the screen, like as a kind of like a side by side, like a picture in picture, that was called. And at the same time, people can see like our reaction to like them as babies doing funny stuff or cute stuff or something like that, and they like make fun of each other when they're, it's just the cutest thing ever, and we're just laughing and having the best time. And it's just, there's so much joy, like there's just so much joy and happiness and laughter when we're watching these videos. And I'm like, not only do I want to capture that because like that's the best, but also like to be able to share that with people. Like not only am I sharing the original moment, but we're also sharing now the reaction to it, which is bringing us so much like fun and laughter. And so I'm really excited about that. So I don't think it's going to be super complicated. I have this weekend without them, so I'm going to look into what all I need to set it up. I'll probably record it just like this on this camera and figure out how to do the picture in picture, and then just start setting up folders of different videos that I want to go through. Maybe see if I want to do it like in a specific order, because there's a lot. There's a lot from like when I was pregnant all the way through to now. So I think this is going to be super fun. And it just feels like we're just we're just being joyful, and like that's our contribution to YouTube and to the world wide web and all this stuff of like, this is our little piece of the internet and this is what we're going to do with it. And it'll be fun. When I initially started the page for Dear Daughters Times 3, it was meant to be not private, but it was meant to be, like I said, a virtual love letter from me to my daughters. And that's the perspective that I wanted to create from. Meaning, like when I made the videos, like I was addressing my daughters, not necessarily an audience. And the audience is kind of just like a third party that's able to look on if they want to. So that was the initial concept, but that might change and evolve with this. So not a big deal. I'm not like tied to any of the things. I just like want to create it and have fun with it, obviously. So I'm really excited about that. And I was telling them, because I was like, they watch a lot of vloggers on there who are family vloggers, and like you can see their evolution from when they first started to where they are currently, and like the homes that they have and the kind of games that they play, and like just like they'll just go shopping, or they go on vacation, or they have these beautiful homes with like pools or like all these things. And I'm like, how do you think like they got those things? Like they get paid, those specific ones, they get paid millions of dollars for making these videos and posting them on YouTube. And so I was sitting there with them, and I was like, because I I'm not a big fan of the word manifesting, just in the way that it's used, like trending for the last decade or two. But basically, like I will sit with my daughters and we will sit in the imagination and playing with what we want to create out of either our summer, out of a weekend that we have, out of they have October break coming up soon, out of like whatever. And so I was like, we can do this. We can build this. I can market it. And it can be just as big as any of the other people that you see on YouTube. And I'm like, what would you want to do if we can literally go anywhere and do anything? I'm like, we can go to Disney World. We can buy a house on the beach. We can, you can each have your own room. Like, we can go shopping for all new clothes. Like, all these fun things that, like, who wouldn't want to do that? you know? And so I was just starting to like plant the seeds in them of like, this is real work that people do for real money, and that's something that can afford us experiences that we want to experience. Like, we don't want for anything. Like, we have everything that we want and everything that we need, and we're happy and fulfilled, and there's so much love and joy in this family, in this home. But like, we still got big dreams. Like, we still want to go to Disney World and travel and all these things. And like, so I started to like open them up to not just the possibility of it, but open up their imaginations, because their imaginations don't have any limits. Like, they don't know that like you can't do that. We're like, as adults, we already have like these even subconscious now inhibitions that have been built into us through our development growing up, whether it's family or culturally or societally, like, where we don't even think to consider certain things because we already say no to ourselves in our brain before we even allow ourselves to consider it, or admit to ourselves that that's something that we would want to do. So dreaming and creating a reality with little kids for all of us to experience, I think is just so fun, because it's like we all get to be playful and childlike and dream as big as we can dream. And I was like, what kind of house do you want to have? Like, who wants to have their own room? You know what I mean? What kind of car do you want? Like, I can buy you your own car, whatever car you want, like, as soon as you turn 16. Like, we can travel here. Like, where else do you want to go? What else do you want to experience? Like, all these like extravagant fun experiences and things we can do, and there will be nothing to stop us. And so I was just playing with that with them. I actually recorded a long video of me having that conversation with them, and us like kind of imagining and playing with it and dreaming it up. And while we're over here like talking and recording that video, Journey's in the room on the tablet on this app. I forgot what it's called, but she's literally creating, like architecting the home that we're talking about having. This girl, my kids are so cool. So we're over here talking about it, like, just playing with all the imaginings of what we want to do and experience. And she comes out, like, no joke, like 10 minutes later, and she's like, Mommy, look, I designed our home for us. And I was like, what? Excuse me, what? And it's like, first of all, that's so cool that like technology is like that. Second of all, the fact that she was like, oh, we can do that. Okay, bet. Give me 5 minutes. And she like, do with the tablet. And she's like, Mommy, this is your room. Like, this is Sayla's room. She has her own room. Like, this is mine and Nevaeh's room. We got bunk beds. And I think it was off the beach or something. And there was like there was an elevator. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And like, we looked at it, and it was just such a funny and fun experience. Like, we were there for like, I don't know, over an hour, between looking at the original video and just laughing our butts off, and then me telling them about the idea, and then like dreaming up different things, and then Journey showing us the home that she designed for us. Because when we turn on the TV, the first channel that comes up is $1 million house hunters. And most of those are in California, like off the beach. And so we'll sit here and watch full episodes of those together. And especially me and Selah, and we'll be like, oh, I don't really like that one. Like, that one's like I don't like the colors. I don't like the location. I want it more on the beach. Like it's kind of small or whatever, and we're like, that like, they can do better. So like we're used to like looking at different beautiful homes and being like, you know, saying what we like and what we don't like. So it's just really fun. So I think some way somehow that is going to be her reality. Just keep swimming in this in this energy and this creativity and purpose, and like I'm not worried about it. Like it's going to happen. But like I was just so excited to know like what direction I'm going to take this Dear Daughters Times 3 project in, because I just put it on the back burner because I brought the podcast to the front, and I was like, I know I want to start doing that. I have so many videos and I'm like, where do I begin? Because it's literally, so I started making a list of, I don't have it here, a list of like the seasons. So I was like, okay, I do pregnancies, you know, and then I just broke it down into years of like first year, second year, third year. And like Sayla's 9 now. So it was like 10 years, including the pregnancy. And so I was like, okay, I guess we'll do that. And then we could break it up into holidays and all these things, which I'll probably still do. But just to go back and like literally like one 30-second video will have us like in tears laughing for like 5 or 10 minutes. And that can just be one upload, one video on YouTube. So I'm really excited about that, just because part of the reason why I even wanted to do Dear Daughters Times 3 was because I wanted to write that virtual love letter to my daughters. Because as a mom who I want so badly to do this well, like extraordinarily well, I want to be a good mom to my daughters, and I want to show up and intentionally like cultivate all the beauty and like just joy and help them to like discover who they are and build them up into these just who they were created to be. Like I feel like that's my job, that I was gifted these children to be able to do that for them. And so also motherhood for me, and I think because they were so close together, I had 3 babies within 17 months of each other, and it's a lot. And so even still, I still get overwhelmed, stressed out, overstimulated. Every day I get overstimulated. Almost every day I lose my shit at some point. And so I'm getting better to like very also intentional to do very specific things to help to heal and nourish my nervous system, because over the last 10 years it had been in a state of fight or flight, chronic fear, fatigue, like just all these things. And so it's taken a while to kind of get back to a neutral level. And so I'm just slowly starting to like build up to have more capacity to be able to play more, to be able to have just spontaneous moments of play where I'm not like, I got stuff to do. Like we got bedtime at 8 or 8:30 depending on the day. And it's like we get home at 3. I got 5 hours to do everything, to clean the kitchen, to make dinner, to clean it again, to do showers, to do homework, to do, we do our together times, like to do their chores, like all these things. And so I'm always like go mode. And so I have to build in specific things like our together times that we do, like sitting on the couch watching a show and knowing that that's me pouring into them. It's not me wasting time. It's not me, like none of that. Like that's super valuable time and intention. All that to say that, like, even still, I still feel guilty that, like, I don't embrace the joys of everything as much as I should. Like, I live more in a state of, like, just anxiety sometimes, overstimulation, overwhelm, things like that, than I would like, than I would even like to admit. And they know it, but they also see me trying and they see me evolving. And so I'm glad for that, that they'll have the vision of like, you know, mommy used to do this and this and this to take care of herself and pour into herself so that she could show up for us. And so my one of my original intentions for doing Dear Daughters times 3 was so that I can go, me myself can go back and watch those videos, and as I edit them and put them together, it warms my heart and it brings me back to a state of simplicity and gratitude, and like, oh my god, like remember when they were this little, and like remember when they used to do this and it was so sweet and so cute, and like, and not that they're not like sweet and cute anymore, but now there's a lot more sass and words. I don't know where they get that from. And so it's just like, it's different. And so I was like, I want to go back to be editing those videos, to be in a constant state of like awe and like gratitude and like, oh my God, like, and just like go grab them and be like, Mary, I love you so much, you know? So I just think it's so fun that we can now, with this new direction, like do that together. Cause that's just like, it's so connecting and bonding all over again. So that's really fun. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm describing what it was like for me. And that's it. That's all I have to offer. Lean a lot into the things that people kind of make fun of when they're like, oh, not to get woo-woo. Like, no, we're going to lean into it here. Like, we're going to get woo-woo. Like, let's have this conversation. Let's have all the conversations.